This is what it looks like. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Make sure to drink your water. Make sure to stay hydrated. And remember, drinking tea, juices, or any other drinks is never a substitute for water, so make sure to get your daily water intake. Hope your day is going well. My day was productive. I sent out today's soul mail, so if you haven't already subscribed to my email mailing list and you are interested in receiving weekly notes that support your peace, calm, and clarity, click the link in my bio and subscribe to Soul Mail. It's a newsletter for free spirits, and it will support you in your spiritual awareness and spiritual development journey, especially as a reader of emails. When you join, make sure to click confirm at the email that shows up in your email inbox, or you're not going to be subscribed successfully. And also remember, you can unsubscribe at any time. So click the link in my bio and subscribe to Soul Mail if you want to receive those emails from me on a regular basis. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to chop some veggies. Let's put some music. Check the 6060, you're joining my chat. And now you're gone, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna search for some copyright free tunes and let's see how that works out. Thanks for joining. I'm looking forward to the okra. I bought it and yeah, delicious. We're yet to see how I'm gonna cook that. Did you cook okra? I'm gonna cook it shortly.
I see the violence in their eyes, the silent fighting. I see the lies in their mind. You can't decide 'cause they only blind you. Go away, go from the wires. All of my life still only biting you. They can't get
I watched a live recording yesterday. Hi Priyanka. I watched a live recording yesterday of when I keep the phone in a cup, and I definitely picked up the sound issue that many of you spoke about. So thanks for letting me know about that. I won't be using the cup anymore, but I will find a different way to, well, this is the different way and it seems to be working well. Okay, Anchor, the title of the live tells you when you guys joined. So interesting. When you guys joined, the title of the live told you what I was cooking. So the first thing I do is I'm using a quarter onion. So I'm gonna chop my onion. This is my favorite knife. I bought this knife in 2019. And it's reliable, sharp, and I feel like a chef, which I am. Hi Julie, I'm cooking okra. The first thing that I do is chop my onion. So I put that to one side. Okay, now some garlic. A few cloves of garlic. 2 is fine. 2 is good for now. Okay, let's do 3. There's a small one here. So the way I do this is I use the flat side of the knife and I smash the garlic, and that makes it easy to peel. As you can see. What does okra taste like? It tastes like a pepper that doesn't have spice. It's kind of reminiscent of a chili, but that's not hot. So if you can imagine what a chili flavor tastes like, bland with a hint of spice. I love okra, me too. I love all vegetables. I don't get to cooking all vegetables though. But I definitely, think about my diet in a... I'm also using this habanero pepper, which by the way, I think I did 2. Okay, so here they are. They smell sweet. I would love to eat a hot sauce made out of this. Definitely don't touch your eyes or something down there either, because I made that mistake before and it burns. It definitely does burn. Okra fried crispy. Does okra really, does it get crispy? I didn't know okra gets crispy. Honestly, this is looking like a lot, so I'm gonna skip this one. I don't want my head to be on fire. This is not the type of chili that makes your mouth on fire. This is the type of chili that makes your head feel like there's a flame at the top. You used to be a veggie. Was this in a past life? I also got, because I'm making a chutney, I've got to chop my tomato. So I think I'm going to use 1.5 tomato in here. By frying, do you mean sauteing in spices with little bit of oil? Or do you mean deep fry? My second tomato. Oh, okay, deep frying. I would want to do like, does anybody know how to make a cornstarch batter? Are you familiar with that? Sometimes people fry brinjal in a cornstarch batter. Do you know how to make that cornstarch batter recipe? If you do, please share it with me via the DMs. I'd love to make that. Okay, 1.5 tomatoes. This is my other half. Okay, now so I can chop the okra on the board. One cup cornstarch, 1 pinch of salt. Use bhajia ready mix. It's not bhajia ready mix. Bhajia ready mix, it has an intensity that the cornstarch batter doesn't have. But I've noticed that the cornstarch batter has a clean flavor. So I'm going to put my tomato in the bowl only because I'm making space to chop the okra. The water is dripping. It is dripping. Okay, got it clean now. Now I'm going to use half of this okra. Eat okra one day, eat cabbage the next day, eat beans the next day, eat peppers the next day, eat carrots the next day. And that way you're ensuring that your body gets nutrients from various spaces. On the inside it'll get slimy. I like the slimy. I really do. Okay, I'm gonna put it in a pot and rinse it. It does look like a chili, kind of. You can see, whatever nature was doing with this, it started off somewhere there. It also kind of looks like lotus root when you cut it. I only want half of the okra, the other half I'll save for another day. Okra. By the way, your okra can grow mold. I didn't know that. I know now. Keep a stew. Haven't planned a stew, but might do that. Thanks for that. Okay, gonna rinse these. You know what I haven't had in a while? Spinach. Spinach, kale, mustard leaves, peppers, carrots. Gonna be probably cooking those later this week or next week. This meal will be as much okra as it is tomato, and that's good. Can you see? Why am I doing this? There's a better way. And the better way is to chop off. See, it does look like lotus. Gotta also now, because I upload my lives, gotta keep in mind shots for videos. Yum. The sliminess is so like mouth-watering. Boil, not gonna boil. Thanks for that. By the way, is it Ethan? You mentioned you've got a TV for me, but I haven't received a DM from you. Any progress on that? Oh no, sorry to hear that. Especially for the manhood, what are you talking about? Is my dick gonna grow? Bigger than it already is? Oh my god. You spice with masala and corn flour and deep fry crispy. Thanks for letting me know. Are you using maizena? Is that the corn flour? Why you got China chilies? This is okra. This is not chilies. Wow, okay, that's a lot of okra. It's definitely going to be okra. It is okra, right, that I'm making. I'm not making tomato chutney with okra. I'm making okra in a tomato base. I don't want to overdo it with the chili, because I kind of only added 1.5, and I don't want to, I know it diminishes by day 2, so I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overdo it by adding another one. So just gonna see, you know, how that goes. Okay, I'm gonna clean up before I cook, so hold on for that. Well, I shouldn't be telling you to hold on, right? If you're here for cooking, then you don't need a reminder to stay. By the way, chili powder did not prove to be spicy for me. So it kind of also makes me reevaluate. And I just saw now I have potato. Just wiping a spill. I have potato, so I've got to cook something with potato somewhere in this week. Fry with 1-2 chili. I'm using these chilies. Habanero. Habanero is probably my favorite. Between Thai green chili, bird's eye chili, and habanero, habanero takes it for me. But habanero has most spice, but the least intense flavor. So that's just a challenge for my future cooking, for me to decide. Like, do I want to mix habanero spice with other chili flavors? That might be something I want to do. What are you cooking? I'm making okra. As you can see, this is the okra. Here's the tomato. And yeah, okay, let's get to cooking. Can you see? Hey y'all! I hope you're following me on YouTube. I'm posting all of my TikTok lives on YouTube, so you can watch them at any time. Click the link in my bio or search Shaun on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. My goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I would love if you could help me to reach that goal. Help me to reach that goal. Okay, let's get a pot. I'm using a medium pot today. I also got this papaya, which I ate half yesterday, and I kind of chewed half of the seeds and swallowed the other half, because I'm recognizing, you know, nature doesn't make things that don't have purpose. So if the internet is telling me that those seeds clean out parasites, whatever's in there that shouldn't be there, I'm gonna eat those seeds to make sure that it exits. Bindi, yes, exactly. Okay, so I usually add some fat to the pan. I tried dry roasting spices before, but it gives me a grainy type of feel, which I'm not so much a fan of. Do you also add fats when you're cooking? I love olive oil. I will be in my olive oil season sometime. Extra virgin olive oil. Okay, I think that's enough. Which, by the way, before I put the stuff in, also got to turn the heat down. It is a bit hot. Thanks for sharing the live. Thanks for the likes on the live. Thanks, Don. Thanks for all of the likes. Is this the best view that I can get? Or do I need something heavier? I kind of, do I need something heavier? the coffee maybe. Okay. That means I've got to put my chair somewhere. This music is not it, but it's the best I can do right now. Okay, as usual, the onion goes in, as well as the garlic and the chili. Okay. As you know, I also like to salt at this stage. Get everything to soften. And I'll turn the heat up just a little bit more. Hi Tan, I'm well and you? Welcome to lunch live. I'm cooking okra, which by the way here it is. And I'm also cooking, I'm cooking okra in a tomato based sauce. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in vegetarian food. That sounds like a good idea. If somebody wants to sponsor my food business, send me a DM. If you want to partner on a food business idea, I'd love to. Send me a DM. Investors, my DMs are open. Should I be frying this in there? Intuition, what are you saying? Yes. Intuition is saying yes. Maybe I'll do half. Okay, all of it. All of it. What a way to coat everything in spices, oil, and aromatics. You want to see what it looks like? I'll show you. By the way, don't mind that pig. It's just there to keep the cords away. This is what it looks like. Is this supper? I'm not sure. I also have some tomato here that's gonna go in soon. And then even though I'm craving pap, I've got, even though I'm craving pasta, I've got pap that I've got to eat. Leftover pap, I've got leftover rice. So it's one of those days where I've got to mix the old with the new. And that's okay. I like that. You know, we appreciate those days where you're looking into your fridge, like what do you have, what can I make out of this, and so on. How did you learn to cook? I used to watch a lot of food celebrities growing up. Nigella Lawson, Jamie Oliver, Giada De Laurentiis, Gordon Ramsay. I remember the F Word, I remember the Naked Chef, I still watch Nigella sometimes on YouTube. So well, honestly, the main experience was that my mom didn't cook well. So there was an, you know, instinct that I've got to do this because I love food. I love tastes, flavors, textures, and so on. And Okra and I are not friends. Sorry to hear that. I remember a memory, I think I was 5 or 6 years old, and on Takalani Sesame, or maybe it was Open Sesame at the time, Neno or Elmo loved this meal called tomato gravy, which I thought it was just a tomato chutney. So I put a plastic bowl on the stove, and I put the chili in there, because I thought I'm gonna cook now. And then I saw the plastic bowl melting through the hot plate, and that was the first instance of me recognizing that the difference between metal, plastic, cooking objects. I am my own favorite cook, and I love that. The habanero spice is definitely entering my airways. And I don't really know what am I waiting for. Maybe I should add some chili powder here. Do I want to add vegetable soup? Not sure. Will it change the flavor? The thing about the quinoa vegetable soup, I'm not sure if you noticed this, let me know in the chat if you noticed this, but it makes everything taste the same. Whatever soup actually, like if I use the quinoa vegetable soup or the curry vegetable soup, whether I'm cooking a butter beans or an okra, it's tasting the same. So I miss the subtlety and the complexity of the flavor. This is what it looks like. It's looking delicious as it is. Try not to scrape your pot. I don't have a wooden spoon. But also this pot is stainless steel. Okay, that had a lot of chili. This chili powder doesn't have spice at all. So I'm not a fan, I don't recommend it. I'm at this point just finishing it. I'm just gonna do 1 teaspoon. Give it a couple seconds to cook through. Add 1 tomato, yeah, that's the plan. Fried, crispy, and have with butter bread. No, the plan is to eat my pap. Thanks Ravashni for the idea. But I've got leftover pap to eat, and I've got leftover rice, so that's a priority for me to eat my leftovers. Hi, Gilly. If you're a fan of my cooking skills, let me know in the chat. Let me know, of all the time you've been watching me cook, what has stood out to you the most? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Must be slightly burnt. Do you think Joburg needs a good food outlet? Will it do well? All businesses need a test, so I can't really anticipate in advance without doing a test. Okay. Potatoes, I have potatoes. I could have done that right now, but I already chopped my tomatoes, so I'm going with what I was making. Let's add the tomatoes. Which area in Joburg would you consider? I'd probably consider where I am right now. I don't want to eliminate the slime. I've noticed a lot of cooking styles try to eliminate the slime. Personally, I like it. Hi, Trinity. There's a chili that fell the other day. Anyways. Follow if you're not already following. I do this relatively often. I love cooking. I cook a lot of vegetarian food on this channel. And now that I'm uploading all of my TikTok lives to YouTube, you're going to get the recipes to be able to cook them yourself if you're interested to do that. Okay, do I have to add a little oil? It's not saying oil at the moment, but it is saying water. So I'm going to do that. Not too much, not even to cover, just 3/4 of the way up. And then I'm gonna turn the heat to high and let it come to a boil or simmer. I just sneezed, and the sneeze was unsatisfying. Okay, what else do I have? I could, if I wanted to, add dal in there. I could add lentils. I could add butter beans. I could add chickpeas. I could add potato. Okay. My feeling that it's feeling incomplete. It's not feeling incomplete. TikTok vibes. You a fan of my food? I'm glad. Thanks for letting me know. When did I become Master Chef? I've always been. If my content was only recipes, that's a great life. What a great life. Which maybe one day it will be, but that's not the plan. There are people that went to chef school, so yeah, I have a lot to share. A piece of onion fell on my laptop, so I'm just cleaning out the key. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. It doesn't look like he shares. Thanks, I guess. Honestly, I want somebody to cook for me. I already know I'm a good cook, and I already love my food, and I already eat my own food every day. So I'll prefer that somebody invite me for dinner, somebody cook for me. This is what it looks like so far. The point that I want to get it to is where the tomato completely dissolves. So let's get it there. As you see, the sliminess, it's there, kind of. Okay. The spices are getting into my nasal passages. I know I'm going to enjoy this food. You know what's missing? The only thing that's missing is Beyond Sausage or Beyond Meat. Yeah, Beyond Sausage or Beyond Meat, or fries, traditional soya burgers chopped up. That's missing. I'm gonna wash the chopping board. Just let me bring you with me. Let's wash the chopping board. No! Thanks. What are you cooking for lunch? Also, by the way, it's strange to invite yourself to somebody else's house. That is strange. What's Beyond Meat? It's a plant-based meat alternative. And it tastes delicious. Where did you learn to cook? I just answered that question. Self-taught. Self-taught with inspiration from the greats. Do you let them know in advance that they should bring their own food? Or do you not say it and then you're mad at them when they arrive without something? They use peas. It really does taste like meat. Try it. It's at Woolworths. It's very affordable. Tastes like meat, but it's plants, yes. I've also got a salt that I didn't salt, so it's probably bland. Okay, okay. So are you saying you get unexpected guests? Because for me it's not possible to get unexpected guests. You have to text or something or I won't know. Yeah, I'm also not a fan of unexpected guests. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking like a sauce. Let's show you. So I just want to smash my tomato. I don't care if I'm smashing the okra, honestly. Hi, Monica. Is it a slimy sauce? I think so. It's not a slimy sauce. It's like a chutney with a hint of slime. For me, that slime is appetizing. They call it anxious somewhere in the world. Stop foaming. I mean, you know. Can I get a clear shot here? You can see it vaguely, right? Yeah, I'm gonna add what should I add? More water. Yeah, because some of the tomato is not yet cooked. And salt. It looks like okra chutney. What is okra chutney? That'll go well with rice. I do have rice. But the pup is a priority because the pup is from 2 days ago. The rice is from yesterday. Let's taste. Oof. Spice, but yeah, it's not feeling complete. So I'm gonna put these lentils. It's feeling like something is missing. So I'm gonna add these lentils, but first I'm gonna drain them. Oof. Okay. You must fry okra with dried chilies and onions. It's being boiled a choice, yes. Trauma free. My curly hair was compared to steel wool and a bunch of other racist things. So When I was losing my hair at around 16, even though it took me a couple years until 24 to finally shave my head, I did feel free. Free from self-hatred. Because when they say enough things about your hair, you start to see yourself that way. There are definitely a lot of Indians which have curly hair, which have been raised to love their hair. I was not one of them. I was raised with self-hatred. Yeah. It's like they wanted us to be anything other than ourselves. So when you start to claim your authenticity, all you want is to be yourself. Okay, that's the safest I can open it without. So I'm adding these lentils because it's feeling like something's missing. So I'm not going to add all of it, I'm just going to add half. And I'm going to save the rest of the lentils for another day. Which now, like, what container do I use? Before I moved here, I gave away all of my containers. Let me show you what it looks like before I put it back in the heat. It's now not red anymore, it's brown. And I might need to salt again. But that's looking more hearty, wholesome, nutritious. The way it was looking before is as if I'm just making pasta sauce, which I'm not for today. Finally, I got okra, tomato, and lentils. Okay, let's find a container. The only container I have is this one. And I guess I'm going to take out the onion and the chili pepper, wash it, and then put the lentils in there. I had such a terrible sleep last night. It was so uncomfortable. And it is comforting, yeah. My sleep was so uncomfortable, and it was uncomfortable because of internalized self-judgment and excessive criticism. I'll give you a simple example. Somebody in the past used to always keep going on about me wearing shorts to bed. So if in this time I'm wearing shorts to bed, I'm still hearing that. So, you know what, heal from your past traumas, but just know it's not going to be easy. Especially when people have repeated things to you for years and years and years. Sometimes in your meditations, things come to the surface that you wouldn't otherwise have liked to hear, but that's the only way to heal from it when it comes to the surface, to know what you're dealing with. I hope for today's sleep being more peaceful than it was yesterday. What was the issue with shorts? It would be something like, it's so cold, your leg's gonna pain. Now I'm in bed with shorts and my legs are paining. I know it has nothing to do with logic. It has everything to do with my body believing the falsehood. So now I've got to sit there with awareness and feel that pain. Feel that pain, hold the thought. No, it's not mine. Send it back with love. Do all of these, spiritual, mental, emotional techniques. But feeling that pain, that mentally created pain to align with somebody else's idea of how I'm living, it's not pleasant. It's definitely not pleasant. Okay, let me show you what food looks like. This is much better, much better. I shave my head. Did you say you're cooking lunch at almost 5 p.m.? Maybe. I mean, what time does lunch end? Does it need salt? No, it doesn't need salt. Okay, you're done. Which means I can put the pap in there. It takes time is what I can say. It's not because you let go of one and then there's free space in your head, then the other one shows up that was hidden by the first one. Then you let go of the second one. Then the free space shows up of something that was hidden by the second one. That sounds tragic. That sounds tragic. Rishi, it sounds tragic and it sounds traumatic. Your parents didn't comfort you when you needed comfort. Not sounding good. Okay, there's a drop here. Let me wipe that. I'm sure you noticed, well, some of you might have noticed how they criticized you they told you you're not a child anymore, you're an adult. Then the next day they told you, you're acting like a big man. So you can see you were never good enough. You were too young to be young, you were too old to be old. So there was never really, or at least in my case, there was never really acceptance. I never got to be a child when I was a child. I was forced to grow up, I was forced to be the parent to the parent. And that for me was tragic. I was never seen, I was never acknowledged, I was never valued. I was constantly criticized, wished away, just all of these ridiculous, hateful, evil things, honestly. So I don't romanticize those people at all. I even struggle to say good things about them. If you want me to say good things about you, you must have shown me that you are not the same person that was a demon back then. And only one person has done that. Okay, now I'm going to add, I just wiped the Tupperware. So I'm going to put the leftover lentils in here for another day, for another time. It's really tragic when, as a child, you're looking for somebody to be on your side, and No one, including the person whose body you came out of, is on your side. You're a young flesh thing, and you're already being attacked, criticized, hated, beaten, abused, ignored, manipulated, controlled. It's too much. Honestly, it is too much. Okay, now I'm going to put the pap in there to heat with this sauce. And if I'm craving rice, then maybe I'll eat that. Okay, this is the leftover portion of pap. It's not that much, but it's gonna go in here. Eat your leftovers, am I right? Sometimes we like to play it down and say we turned out fine. But painting things over with the rainbow brush, it's not good for anyone. Okay, gonna chop up this pap in just a couple pieces so that it heats properly. It is also a bit firmer than when I got it, but it will soften up soon. And mixing with this tomato gravy, wow. Okay, let's let that heat up. I usually don't like to put the onion directly in the fridge, but I guess for now I have to. And some people eat the habanero chili pepper as it is. I can't do that. Okay. Hope you enjoyed me cooking this delicious recipe. As you've seen, to summarize the recipe, I did garlic, onion, 1.5. I did 3 cloves of garlic. I did a 1/4 onion, 1 habanero chili and a half, 1.5 tomato, and like 8 okra. So first I fried off the garlic, onion, and chili just in some fat until it was a bit translucent. Then I added the okra and I continued to fry it through for a couple more minutes until it was a bit softer. I added a teaspoon of chili powder, let it cook for maybe 30 seconds, and then I added my chopped tomato in there, a little bit of water, smashed it into a paste once it was cooked. And then I add half a can of lentils, also salt of course, because you want it to be seasoned well. And then I'm reheating leftover pap, so I made sure to put that into the pot, and now it's reheating with the sauce. So when I dish, I'm just gonna get all of that. Yeah, half a can of lentils. If I put 1 can of lentils, it would have been lentils with okra. I want okra to still be the star, so there must be less tomato and less lentil influence. Okay, I'm gonna rotate these pop pieces and give that a bit more time, and just rinse out this bowl. How will I heat the rice? If I want to eat rice, how will I heat that? Okay, time to dish. No, I'm not. I'm not friends with anyone that I went to school with. Okay, so as you see, I'm dishing out the pop pieces first. Which, if you have a microwave, maybe you'd microwave your pop on the side or something. But this is my quick and easy way to do it, directly into the curry or whatever you're cooking. Yeah, it's looking like a stew. Okay, let's see how that goes as a portion size. Let me give you a good look. So if you're interested to see me cook this delicious okra stew, which has lentils and tomato in it, then you're probably watching the recording and the entire recipe is here.